Hi, friends. Welcome to Socially Distant. I'm Brian Noonan. Well, it is another Friday in the time of COVID 19, and not just any Friday, it's Good Friday. So, if those of you who are celebrating Easter this weekend, I hope you have a wonderful Easter. I know Passover ended last night, so to all my friends who celebrate Passover, I hope it was a joyful event for you as well. Today, we are going to go off book. No script today. I am just going to improvise. Not really. I've thought of what I'm going to say, but we're not going to script it out because today is really more of a story. And it's Friday. I didn't feel like typing. I thought I would just talk. So I mentioned that it is Easter weekend. You know that. Easter is coming up on Sunday, and for a lot of people, Easter means, a big dinner with the family, ham, lamb, whatever it is you have for Easter dinner. This year it's going to be a little different. I know at least in our house we are celebrating Easter as a family via Zoom, which will mean a lot less people talking over each other, perhaps less arguing, and everybody having a spirit of goodwill as we celebrate this spring holiday and this religious holiday. Easter and ham have a very strange meaning for me and a very horrible connection. Now, this is a story that I've told before on the radio show. It has become kind of a annual tradition, a holiday classic, if you will, the saddest Easter story ever. And it all takes place when young Brian was in third or fourth grade. I've blocked out some of the minute details because the overarching story still crushes my soul. So it's Easter weekend. I'm about 10 or 11 years old. To give you a little background, I come from a family of five boys. So I have four brothers. You do the math, mom, dad. We all always ate dinner in a very crowded little kitchen in our home. Now, we had a big dining room, but we never used the big dining room except for Christmas and Thanksgiving and every once in a while for a birthday party, because that's where all the good dishes were and the crystal. And why stretch out and have a comfortable dinner in the dining room when you could be jammed around a tiny rectangular table? I have also never liked ham. It's never been a secret to my family. I don't know what it is about ham. My only justification is that I don't like meat that is sweet. And when I was growing up, hams were always glazed in all kinds of brown sugar and pineapple and the cloves stuck in and peppercorn. It was nuts. So I never liked it. Never have, which is odd because I love every other part of the pig. From tooter to pooter, I eat it all, except for ham. That brings us to the story. It's Saturday night before Easter. My mom, who was one of these moms back in the day who always made dinner, a big dinner for us all the time, for my dad and the five of us and her. It was a big production. We were not very helpful, my dad included, when it came to preparing dinner or any of that kind of stuff. Now, my brothers and I would do the dishes, but that was always an argument and a fight. For whatever reason, my mom decided this night before Easter she was going to make a big ham dinner. Ham, potatoes, the whole nine. Everything was going to be good. And this would be a nice way for us to kick off the Easter holiday. Excuse me. Well, the food hits the table, and I, of course, am just looking at the plate, eating some of the sides and not eating the ham. And I don't know why, after knowing me for a decade or more, my mom and dad found this unacceptable for this one time and became very upset that I would not eat the ham. And my mom, I don't know what it was. I don't know if my mom had just had enough of dealing with five boys and a husband, being the only woman in a house, listening to us, because we were like jackals normally. We would be fighting, you'd throw food, it was just horrible. Listening to us argue constantly, not getting a lot of help from my dad when it came to meal planning or preparation. I don't know if she had just reached her limit or what happened that day, but she had what could only be described as a psychological break and got very upset that I would not eat the ham. She was crying, "Why would he eat the ham? Why would he eat the ham?" Which upset my father, who actually put down his cigarette to chastise me. "You're going to eat that ham. I want you to eat the ham." I'm not eating the ham, Dad. I don't like ham. You know I don't like ham. "Eat the ham. Your mother worked hard on it. Eat the ham." And my mom's crying at the other end of the table. My brothers are just sitting wide-eyed like, "Oh my God, why isn't Brian just eating the ham?" Because I don't do what I don't want to do, which is a skill or a habit that has not served me well throughout my life. My dad finally snapped to it. He's like, "I'll tell you something. You don't eat that ham, you're not getting an Easter basket tomorrow." Now, even as a 10-year-old, I knew that my dad had absolutely no control over the Easter Bunny. The Easter Bunny brought the baskets, not my mom and dad, so too bad, old man. I'm going to roll the dice and take my chances. So the meal ends awkwardly. I do not eat the ham. My mom is still crying. My brothers are terrified, and my dad has dug in his heels. There will be no Easter basket tomorrow. Right. We all go to bed. We had a split level house. So the bedrooms were up here, and then there were like 5 steps down to the living room. My parents, because when my brothers were very young, they didn't want them falling down those 5 steps, so they had installed a little fence at the top of the stairs, like a dog fence, where we could run to the fence and stare through and see the living room. The night before we went to bed, we had done what we did every Easter. We laid out our 5 Easter baskets in front of the couch. Everybody's had their name in front of them, and they were all ready. The grass was in there waiting for the Easter Bunny to come and make his deposit. Easter morning, we get up, my brothers and I run to the gates, and we're staring through, trying to figure out, what do we get from the Easter Bunny? This has got to be great. I can't believe it. And we're pressed up against the fence, and we hear my mom and dad, they decide they're going to get up. But before they get up and before we go downstairs, I'm looking and I'm counting. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's supposed to be 5 Easter baskets there. There are, in fact, only 4 Easter baskets there. And I'm looking at the names. My name isn't in front of one of them. So there is no Easter basket. But I don't panic, because I figure, well, there must be something gigantic in this basket, so the Easter Bunny had to hide it. Maybe there's a bike. I don't know. There's some sort of gift that the Easter Bunny wanted to really surprise me with, so that's hidden. The gate opens, we all run down, and I'm looking. I don't see any basket with a big prize, big gift, nothing. I found my Easter basket. It was empty under the dining room table, just shoved under there. Now my brothers, in their initial swell of joy, do not realize that I don't have an Easter basket. My mom and dad realize I have an Easter basket, and I realize I don't have an Easter basket. And I don't remember exactly what I said, but I know I was upset would probably be an understatement. And I don't know if at that moment my mom and dad decided, boy, this was a really big mistake, or if they were just so upset and crazed from the night before that they thought, this is what you get. Well, now I realize there's nothing for me. Easter is a wash. But we had to go to church, and I knew going to church I was going to run into some of my friends from school, and they were going to ask me what I got in my Easter basket. I couldn't tell them that I got nothing because that would be embarrassing, so I had to come up with some sort of lie. Some sort of lie to make it seem like I was just a regular kid and not some scofflaw who had been punished and sent to no Easter basket jail. So I don't remember exactly what I told my one friend when he met me in the back of church, which seems weird, right? To lie at church. You're supposed to go to church to, get rid of all your sins and to glorify the Lord on Easter. And I'm back there weaving deceitful tales because I didn't want to look like a loser. So I told him, and I don't know why I remember this, but I told him there was a Bobby Hull puzzle in my Easter basket. And I don't know if I had seen that somewhere else or whatever, because I didn't like puzzles. But Bobby Hull puzzle, that was it. To this day, my mom doesn't like to hear about this story. Even though it's all true, I think now in hindsight she realizes that might not have been the best tact to take because a kid won't eat ham. I will say though, I have threatened in the past, I threatened my daughter with those kind of things. Never ever would I carry through with it. It'd be like taking away Christmas, not having an Easter basket. I do have a sad Halloween story, but I'll share that another time. And you would think after all of that now I would start eating ham, that I would have learned my lesson, and I would eat whatever someone put in front of me and been thankful for it, and you would be wrong. Why the hell would I eat ham? No. Now I'm even more dead set against ham. If someone offers me ham, I actually verbally abuse them, I slap the ham out of their face, and I move on. The only time ham has been eaten in my house are days that I'm not here, because my wife and daughter love ham. Me, no ham. So what have we learned? Stick to your guns, despite the consequences. Stay true to yourself, and only bad things will happen. Have a wonderful Easter. Have a great weekend. Stay safe. Stay home. Stay away from ham. And as always, remain socially distant. I'll talk to you Monday. Bye.